Dominating the painting, Our Man Paints Too is a close-up portrait of a man in a suit and tie. The focus is on his face, which occupies most of the canvas, while the background, a maroon or burgundy field, features faint text or markings, along with ghostly, blended imagery in the upper left. The man's hair is swept back, tinged in dark browns with subtle lighter strands, and his gaze meets the viewer with a calm, inquisitive expression. The color palette for his skin leans toward warm earth tones, rust, sienna, soft oranges, applied in layered strokes that create a textured, almost pastel-like finish. The composition places the subject's face front and center, cropped at the shoulders, giving the portrait an intimate, direct quality. A gentle light seems to come from the front or slightly to one side, accentuating the creases around his eyes and forehead, suggesting maturity or a life of contemplation. Behind him, the background transitions from deep maroon at the upper edges to more diffuse reds and grays around the midsection, where faint outlines of another face or faces appear as if emerging through a smoky haze. The title, Our Man Paints Too, hints at a duality. This is not just a man of formal stature, but also one connected to creativity, perhaps through painting or another artistic endeavor. This juxtaposition is reflected in the interplay between the polished attire and the expressive, textured brushwork. The subtle presence of shadowy figures in the background adds depth, suggesting that his story is part of a larger narrative, shaped by unseen influences or collaborators. This painting invites reflection on the nature of identity. The serene yet dynamic expression of the subject embodies the Zen principle of Wu Wei, effortless action or harmony with one's true nature. The layering of the background suggests the interconnectedness of the individual and their environment, a reminder that no person exists in isolation. The portrait resonates with hexagram 31, influence, wooing, which speaks of mutual attraction and inspiration. The subject's calm expression and layered background imply a man who inspires and is inspired by those around him. His presence influences the scene, while the subtle echoes in the background reflect the reciprocation of influence. Lao Tzu teaches that the sage does not display themselves, therefore they shine. This subject, despite his formal attire and direct gaze, seems to embody quiet humility. His identity is shaped not by outward display, but by the inner qualities hinted at in the painting, the artistry, the history, and the humanity that transcend his external role. We might interpret this portrait as a meditation on individuality and impermanence. The fleeting nature of the brushstrokes and the layered background speak to the transient nature of identity, how we are shaped by countless moments and interactions that leave their mark on us, just as a painter leaves marks on a canvas. We might focus on the duality presented in this portrait. The subject, seemingly a formal figure, is also portrayed as an artist, a reminder that creativity exists within us all, even when hidden beneath layers of formality or societal expectations. We would likely celebrate the tension between these two facets, encouraging exploration of the creative within the conventional. Our Man Paints Too reflects the coexistence of structure and creativity within a single individual. The formal suit and tie symbolize societal roles and responsibilities, while the textured, expressive brushwork reveals a creative, introspective dimension. Together, they paint a picture of a man who embodies both discipline and imagination. Reflect on your own dualities. What creative or expressive side might be hidden beneath the roles you play? Take inspiration from this portrait to explore and embrace both the structured and the artistic dimensions of your life, allowing each to enhance the other.